Just keep going.
I got one. I got the other one. Okay, the next number is 280028.
Can you repeat that, please, Teresa?
280028.
Thank you so much. Oh, you're holding it for
Yes.
me? Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I'm very nervous,
okay.
and I appreciate you taking my question. My father did serve in the military, and I presently have family that's in the military.
Thank you for their service.
He never wanted thanks. He fought at Iwo Jima. So my question is, how can we let somebody head our military who can't even control his text messages?
So, as I said when that story came out, the use of Signal to communicate any classified or sensitive information was wrong. Never should have happened. There should be significant safeguards put in place to ensure that that does not occur. And folks, the secretary was confirmed by the Senate. The president is not firing him. And so the question to me is on the actual military preparedness and readiness, okay? And thus far, on the operations that the military has conducted under Secretary Hegseth, those operations themselves have gone well. If you look at now, what I find interesting here is that we look at the decision-making of cabinet secretaries. When it comes to the military, in the last administration, Secretary Austin oversaw the disastrous withdrawal in Afghanistan that resulted in the death of 13 U.S. service members. And if you do not believe that there should be accountability for that, if you do not believe there should be accountability for military operations, then why are we demanding a resignation based on a communication? The communication itself should not have occurred. It should not have occurred. And my view has been the administration made that clear when it came out, and they said, the White House said, that was wrong, it should not have occurred. And so they did. And so the objective is to make sure, A, that does not happen again, but B, more importantly to me, that the military operations are what is paramount, and that those making the decisions they got lucky? Sir, we have a terrific military of trained professionals. They didn't get lucky, they did their job. Okay? The fact is that, as I said, they should not be using Signal to communicate any classified or sensitive information, period. And that's it.
439305.
You supported a budget that cut Medicaid and education in our district. How does that serve your constituents?
So the reconciliation process that we're undertaking right now, in order for that process to start, you have to pass a budget resolution. The budget resolution put together top-line numbers that talks about potential savings of $1.5 trillion over 10 years. Over the next 10-year window, we're spending $86 trillion projected. 86 trillion. This has nothing to do with Elon Musk. We're projected to spend $86 trillion over the next 10 years, okay? We're spending roughly $7 trillion a year. We're running $2 trillion budget deficits on an annual basis, and we're paying $1 trillion in interest on our debt at $36 trillion. Both parties are responsible for this mess that we're in financially. Both parties over the last 20 years, have both parties, sir, ma'am, I'm giving you the context so that you actually understand the process, okay? The fact is, over the last 20 years, we have increased our debt by $30 trillion, okay? $30 trillion in 20 years. That's not sustainable for any of us. Our children and our grandchildren are going to be saddled with that debt, and that will have a profound impact. That will have a profound impact on the vital services that we all rely on. So when you're talking about the issue of Medicaid, okay? Sir, hey, do not speak to my staff like that. If you want to leave, you can leave now. Everybody show everybody a little bit of respect here, please, okay? I always show people respect, all right? It's a two-way street.
Congressman, can we ask that people please put with the videos of staff?
Folks, you can take your anger out on me, that's fine. Treat my staff with respect, okay? They show up every day to serve this community. They don't need to be attacked, yelled at, berated. It's unnecessary. When it comes to Medicaid, I've been very clear. I am not cutting benefits for any eligible recipient, period. And the fact is that our community relies on these vital programs. The IDD community, our seniors, children, single mothers. There are a lot of people across our community who need these programs. And we want to make sure that they are protected. But the fact is that when you are coming up with a budget resolution, it's a top-line number. The question is, what can get 218 votes as part of a reconciliation bill? And I've been very clear. I am not changing the FMAP floor from 50% federal share to 45% federal share. I'm not changing it to block grants or per capita caps. I'm not putting work requirements on the disabled, period. We're not cutting DISH, for instance. So we will make sure that this program is protected. There is about 25 of us within the conference who have been very clear with leadership. We've met with the president about it. We've met with the administration. And we will continue to make sure that as we negotiate the tax bill, that we absolutely safeguard these vital services and programs. But I will also be clear about something. If you are an able-bodied adult without any dependents, work requirements are imperative. Because the objective of Medicaid, folks, Medicaid is a means-tested program that is intended to help people who need it. It is not intended for those who do not need long-term support. It is not intended for somebody to stay on it permanently. So if somebody is an able-bodied adult, they should go certainly try, to get a job and work. And by the way, that is something that Bill Clinton championed in the 90s and Democrats fully supported, and they should support. Now, when it comes to illegal immigrants, in New York State, $1.2 billion of our taxpayer money has been spent on Medicaid. I'm sorry, that is not a proper use of taxpayer money, period. Furthermore, the Biden administration changed the eligibility verification rules from a quarterly basis to an annual basis. If somebody, I'm telling you the facts, you can not like it, but that is the fact. They changed the rules, and so that alone would save upwards of about $200 billion for the program and the very people who rely on it. We want to make sure Medicaid is protected for every single person who needs that vital service, and not losing, which CMS, the Center for Medicaid Services, says on an annual basis they're losing $50 billion in fraudulent payments. And so we want to make sure that you stop that and you protect these vital programs.